The video has spoilers.
Imagine a world where games decide everything. Not the games you play with the homies at 2 a.m., but any game you can think of. Welcome to Jeffrey Epstein's private island. There's an Alabama couple, Sora and Shiro, that goes by the name of Blank. Blank are mid-maxing veterans. They served in Nuketown, suffer from post-traumatic step-sibling disorder, and they're a little too comfortable with each other. They then get Isekai'd by a lowly god named Tet. Poor Recap-kun, he didn't even get to do his job. Tet explains the rules of this world, which basically boils down to, you can do whatever you want if it's settled by a game, play fairly, all pledges must be upheld, gamble your life away, and don't get caught cheating. Unless you're my ex. Sora and Shiro fall from the sky into the world of Teyvat. A world ruled by one god. This came about because all the gods had a battle royale around 6,000 years ago. But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. This resulted in each race getting a rank, and Tet ended up on top as the king of games. The two beat some thieves in a game, take their clothes, and end up in the capital city of Elkia. They run into a poker tournament which will decide the next leader of the realm. Blank enters the tournament, and on their first match, their opponent cheats. Sora hit that Uno reverse and still wins by just cheating better. They see the princess is in a match and her opponent is cheating, so they decide to tell her and they just walk off. The princess, Stephanie, ends up losing the match and confronts Blank, stating that they should have told her how her opponent was cheating. What's the best way to settle an argument? With rock, paper, scissors, of course.
Yes! King!
So they play rock, paper, scissors. Sora says he's only using paper, and if he uses anything else, he loses. If Stephanie wins, he offers to tell her how Clammy cheated. And if she's still upset that he called her joking-looking ass grandfather a fool, then she can tell them to permanently delete themselves, if you know what I mean. If he wins, then Stephanie has to do everything he says. And I mean everything. If it's a draw, he'll give Stephanie a hint as to how Clammy cheated, and she'll have to give him a favor in return. I already know what I'm asking for. In a state of total autistic concentration, Stephanie runs through the numbers on her abacus. Confident in herself like a Reddit user on Wall Street Bets, she thinks she has it in the bag. She takes a look at Sora and his menacing look. Kinda looks like my uncle on Thanksgiving. The match starts. Stephanie concludes that there's a 1 in 3 chance for a draw, but she won't fall for his easy trap. In her head, she goes through every option and picks what she thinks will be the best chance of her winning. But you know our man Sora comes through like a true gamer. He's got no bitches, except a sister, no friends, no gym, no job, no place to stay. The list goes on. Didn't see that coming. She convinced herself that they just wanted a place to stay, but Sora just commands her to simp for him. Somehow, it worked. Man, the 10 Commandments really are something, huh? Stephanie instantly falls in love with this long-necked, nappy-haired, sister-loving, G-Fuel basin sweat god. But Stephanie comes to her senses and kicks Sora out of the room. We learn that the brother-sister complex between Shiro and Sora is the real deal, and they can't function properly while they're separated. They get cleaned up, and then they head to their office. Unlike Texas, Elkia keeps their books. They quickly learn that the world has a geography of fucking Europe, and that they're fighting an uphill battle to get humanity out of the lowest rank. They interrupt the coronation, challenge Clammy, and expose her elf accomplice. Stephanie asks Shiro and Sora what their plan is because Stephanie's not good for anything, except for fan art. She thinks that their phones can detect magic. Sora explains that they don't, and he plans to exploit Clammy for thinking that they're being helped by another country. He says that even if the game is unfairly stacked against them, if there's a chance on winning, they will. Since humans can't detect magic, Clammy thinks another race is helping Blank. She tries to convince them that humanity can only survive if they work with the elves. But Sora gets excited because he's always wanted to say that. Me too, buddy. Me too. Upon refusing, they decide on the match with a chess game. Stephanie says she will beat them by force. Ooh. They enter the game room where they see life-size chess pieces. Shiro starts the match by tactfully moving her piece. Clammy just picks a pawn and tells it to move forward. How the fuck does that work? She explains that the chess pieces have wills on their own. No Jada's, of course. The pieces reflect the player's charisma, leadership, and potential ruler when they move. Just like with every game in this world, the real rules don't matter. Shiro is insistent on moving her pieces like a normal chess game, and she gets the first check. After the check, one of the pieces won't move because it doesn't want to be sacrificed. She ends up losing a knight, and then after that, none of her other pieces want to move. Sora rallies his chess pieces by offering them wealth, fame, and power. All this can be found if they find the one piece. Whoever fights valiantly can sleep with whoever they want. They can retire after this with no taxes. God damn, that sounds like a good deal. Most importantly, he's offering his sister to the troops.
Hey, yo!
How is that gonna work? If they can't get separated, how can they date other people and have privacy with them? It makes no sense. Sora realizes this is more of a strategy game instead of chess. He sends his chess pieces out in squads without waiting on turns. He ends up sending everyone out, including his king and queen, to find the front lines. Clammy makes her moves and forces her king on the field. Her king is aided by elf magic, which puts them on the rope. With the king on the field, their other pieces get empowered, and then they strike Sora and Shiro's pieces, turning their pieces into Clammy's pieces. Sora's freaking out, thinking he just threw the match, and then he comes up with a ridiculous plan. He hops on the field and tries to spit some pregame lobby riz to Clammy's queen. And it worked! That's how you do it. Once Clammy's queen turned on them, none of the other pieces wanted to attack the queen. Aw. They all ended up switching sides, and then they attacked the king together, which gave Sora and Shiro the win. After the match, Sora tries to spit some more game, but like me in high school, he made Clammy cry.
I'm having a fucking panic attack right now. I need to calm the fuck down because I'm having a panic attack.
They have to decide who will be crowned king next. Sora and Shiro battle it out for 3 days. After reading the fine print, they realize that they both can be crowned king. So what does one do once you're crowned king? Dress everyone up in maid outfits and play games, duh. Sora and Shiro then play rock, paper, scissors with every leader in Elkia, and they order them to never give them false reports if they win. The Gigachad himself beat everyone. Like true gamers, they're hunting for 100% completion. Their experience with turn-based strategy games, disappointing their parents, having a healthy diet of ramen and fast food, led them all to fix the country's domestic problems. Except abuse. As Sora and Shiro make their announcement to the city, they receive a chess piece acknowledging their status as a ruler of the land. Sora says, "My Jordans aren't fake. Yours shouldn't be either. From this day forward, we will triumph as the United States of Incest!" Everyone cheers. Stephanie gets wet. And then the Alabama couple goes back to being way too comfy. Then, boom. Tet hits him with that anime protagonist time stop no jutsu. Tet wants to catch up with the homies since they haven't been online in a week and he's tired of running solos. Tet explains that he wants someone to collect all the chess pieces held by every race so he can be challenged in a match. Shiro and Sora agree to play Tet's game, and together they vow to meet each other again to take down Kaiba Corp. Since the encounter, Shiro and Sora pawned off all the work to Stephanie. Since they're not in Texas, they continue to read books and expand their knowledge of the world. Steph gets fed up and challenges Sora to a game. They play blackjack with Stephanie as a dealer. Steph wins the first round. On the next round, to no surprise, Sora wins by counting cards. This guy's a lot like Light Yagami from Death Note, but with the sister complex. He is then confronted by a bunch of corrupt nobles. He beats a game against them, of course, strips them of their titles, land, and their clothes. Man, this guy really likes taking people's clothes off. Because Steph lost earlier, she is now forced to be a dog for the day. As everyone walks around town, all the civilians are kind of scared. At first, Sora and Shiro think it's because of them. Stephanie informs them it's probably because she's dressed up like a werebeast. A what? A werebeast. Let me explain. Hairy, spice, and everything rice. The gods accidentally added an extra ingredient while making the war beasts.
I'm horny.
Once Sora found out about this, he knew that there was only one path. Imitations couldn't live up to the hype, no matter how lewd they got. Look at it! Look at it! Hitting a mortal and conquering nations? It's too easy! Real gamers rise up and take what's theirs. In order to reach that goal, they needed more information. Steph just casually tells them, hey, we have a library too. Where was this last episode?
Having fun isn't hard when you got a library card.
In the library, they meet up with a flugel named Jibril. Flugels are... Back during the Battle Royale, flugels were the ultimate slayers, but now, since they can't kill, they seek nothing but knowledge. Jibril took control of the library years ago and wagers her life to protect it. Sora wagers 4,000 V-Bucks. No. He wagers 40,000 books from his world via his tablet, and Jibril is loving it. God damn. Look at that mouth. She doesn't believe that they're from another world, so she requests to inspect their body. Apparently, in this world, sensitive spots are places that hold the most spirit circuits. This is entirely wholesome since she's just touching her wings, right? Jibril concludes that they're not from this world and takes them to the basement dungeon so they can play a word chain game. Every word they say comes to life. They have 30 seconds to say a word. If it's fictional, it won't appear. And you can't directly cause harm or cause someone to die. In other words, you can't like summon Ted Bundy and have him pull up. You gotta go for environmental kills only. Sora starts the game off with the US World War II retaliation jutsu. Jibril is quick to block it and protect everyone. Next, Sora blocks all of her spirit circuits, which makes Jibril unable to fly. Jibril sends everyone to the beach because everyone deserves a break. Sora keeps using his words to undress Stephanie. After summoning a bunch of random things, the game comes closer to an end. Sora strategically removed the planet's layers, leaving only the inner core, dragging everyone to the core. Jibril removes the sun. Sora removes oxygen. Jibril tries to bring the air back, but it doesn't work as intended since Jibril doesn't know any atomic theory.
Yes, science!
And they only played this game so they had an excuse to recycle oxygen, didn't they? Sora then gets rid of the atmosphere, leaving a vacuum in space where no one can talk. Jibril activates her gang sign no jutsu, but Sora hits her with that Uno reverse. And with that, Sora and Shiro wins the game. Jibril finally pledges her allegiance to the United States of Incest. And that is all for today, folks. I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to subscribe. It's free. And tell me what your favorite joke was.